Hey, Blastroid here, back with another map for you. As you can see here, we've got good old Battleship. Now, this is the third time I've actually done this. The first one we've done with paint. The second one was power switches. Unfortunately, it had a bug, and in multiplayer, after 54 switches, the game would just crash. So I redesigned it again. This time we're using power nubs, but this time it works in multiplayer for more than 54 switches. It works perfectly fine. So fine that my very first game I lost to Raz. He's never played Battleship before, so it really stung a little bit. But I digress. Still a fun game. I hope you enjoy it too. In the video description, you'll find a download link for this. If you're in RuneSun's Discord, I believe he has it hosted. Satisfactory Labs, of course, we have it hosted there. So if you don't trust my links, go to those Discords. But I have multiple mirrors for you. This is electronic Battleship, meaning you set up your board. The other player sets up their board, and that's it. The game plays itself once you do your guesses. You don't have to ask the other player, did you have a ship at A5? No, you select A5 using power connectors, and then it will go on the board and tell you, did you get a hit or miss? It will even detect if you won the game, and it'll present a little golden star up here on player 1 or player 2 if you have won the game. There's even a score counter here. We're going to see little pegs here in a second during the demo. And once your score reaches all the way over here to the other side, you are declared the winner, and of course your golden star shows up. Let me show you some of the rules here. Use ship setup room to play ships. Youngest player goes first, or rock, paper, scissors for it. Take turns until all ships are sunk. Use power cables to connect outlets, and winner will be presented with a golden star. Now, the cool thing about this level is you do not need any mods. Now, no mods were even used to create the level. This is vanilla, or as I call vanilla with sprinkles. I mean, I did use the Satisfactory calculator to do a little alterations, but it wasn't any mods. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to have any special assets to play it. We've used in-game abilities to do it. And the main reason I did it is if you did it without, like, say, teleporting some of the belts that move these items, you'd be waiting 30 seconds, 60 seconds for one item to say, did you hit or miss? So by bringing the belt really close and kind of teleporting a little bit by changing the XYZ, I can show the answer within just a couple of seconds of you guessing the board. And that's the main reason. The other reason, which we'll see here in the behind the scenes tour, is I had to create 200 logic boards to get this to work. We used truck stations. That's 600 truck stations to get the game working. And because of that, I built one logic room and then copied it 199 times. That way I didn't go completely insane, just a little insane. All right, so let's show you how the game actually works. Well, actually, before we do that, let me show you around a little bit, and then we'll show you how it works. We have observation decks. I want you to be able to play this game with your buddies. It's a two-player game, but you can have, we're trying to get 128 people in the game. Remember, that's one of the cool events that Satisfactory likes to do. So if you have a ton of friends, bring them all, because they can at least observe the game while they're not playing, and they can have fun with it via the observation deck. If you go to the very top here, I'll even give them party poppers. So they can play along. When somebody gets a hit, they can shoot the fireworks at you, and everything is non-flammable, so you should be just fine here. All right, let's go also down and show you the other part of the observation deck here. Got this little entrance right here. Even nice little Battleship jokes. Not everybody likes to play Battleship. It's very hit or miss. Wah, wah, wah. Dad jokes still exist. And here we're in the ship setup room for player 2. Identical to player 1 on the left side, the blue side. But you can sit there and watch them place their ships, or you're right here, you can come in and go in, okay, I saw their ships, let me go over here and look at it, peek in and look at the lights on the board. And then you have an inside track of where the other player's ships are. Don't give anything away though, keep the game fair as possible. Let's go ahead and grab some cable and set this up. So I have my cable right here. Go ahead and grab some of that. I've even got some blade runners and a hover pack for you. Go ahead and put that on. Make the game a little easier to see. We're over here at player 2's board, and we're going to go ahead and let's say G4 and G5. We're going to hook up some power cables to those. Just like that. And you'll see here on our board we actually have G4 and G5 lit up. So you know exactly where you're placing your ships. Now if you need a little help and it's been a while since you played Battleship, I do have the ships listed right here. Patrol boat, submarine, destroyer, battleship, and carrier. They're all different lengths. We have 2, 3, 3, 4, and a 5 length. Now remember, your ships cannot go diagonally, and they can't cross or jump on top of each other. Now they can touch, and they can go up and down, and you have to use all the ships. So once player 2 and player 1 place all the ships, you'll meet back in the main room, and you're ready to play. Now on this demo I just set up player number 2, so we're going to pretend we're player number 1 and we have no clue where these ships are. For example, my first guess might be J4. So we'll try guessing J4, and it looks like we hit a miss. The silica is representing a miss, and good old bright red turbo peel is representing our hit. Let's go ahead and make another guess. I'm just out of the blue going to guess G4. And we'll look back at the board here. And G4. I got a hit. I wonder if it's in G5. Let's try G5 next. And we'll look for G5. And, oh, another hit! I'm good at this game. Oh, look, a marker also appeared. There's our first hit. Another one should be coming down the line here in just a second. Let's give it a, there it is, there it is. And we have our second hit marker. Now, if you don't recognize that, those are black powders underneath on a belt. So that's kind of how we're keeping track of the hit system. So that's pretty much it for the game. Like I said, once you do win, your star will appear. If you want to play again, unfortunately I did not do any logic for a reset system. I'm not that crazy. It was crazy enough doing this part of logic. Just restart the level and you're good to go again. Plus you get to enjoy those intro fireworks that you saw once you loaded in. The other cool thing you might have noticed when we loaded in this level, I never went to the hub. I've actually designed a system that kicks you out of the hub automatically into tubes and spits you right into the level. So you never even get to see the hub itself. You just go straight to the fireworks show and start playing the game. Alright, let me show you the other things here. We do have a little demo of not connected and connected, in case you want to go there. A lot of little hidden things you want to read if you're into those details. But if you go to the ship setup room, both rooms have this, you'll see a behind the scenes tour. So I'm not going to go through everything in the tour. Like I said, look in the video description for the download links. But there's a lot of signs here, even a little conveyor belt to help you navigate through this. I'll show you a couple of them here. 433 kilometers of cable were used. Almost 10,000 wall outlets were used to create this. So pretty cool. And you see red comes in right here and you kind of join up into my Blastroid green. In this room, you're going to be shown how one logic room works. And it is detailed. Hopefully it's understandable. I tried not to make it too complicated, and it's not complicated once you get it. Once you get the Eureka moment and you see the 3D picture, it's a sailboat, you're like, okay, that makes perfect sense. Awesome, we now have logic in Satisfactory. It's not really true logic. It's more of a timing mechanism and an object's flow mechanism. The biggest thing I can tell you is truck stations do not release or take the items in when they're set to unload unless you send them power. And like I said, go read this if you care about that kind of stuff. If you don't, you just want to see some more behind the scenes, there's a little thing right here. You can continue on and see the actual produce here of exactly how everything works. There's a warning down here. There may be clipping ahead, so if that triggers you, I apologize, but you entered the portal after seeing the warning and after me telling you about the warning. So that's just your fault. Alright, so let's see what we have. Whee! And there it is. The 200 logic rooms created. That's 100 per player, and that keeps track of hits, misses, the star mechanism for winning, and the score apparatus for how far along the game you have until you win. And you can see the wiring involved. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this was a little crazy. I designed it so troubleshooting could have been done, and I needed to do it quite a few times. It was still chaotic though. The last time I did this wiring, I think I did it on stream with Dixper, and people were throwing hogs at me the entire time, and it was a nightmare. This one only took me a couple of days to really do, not the week that it did last time. I planned ahead a lot more on this one, but still, it was a little chaotic here and there, and you can see everything right there. And if you want to, go through, tear up the rooms, see how everything's made. Remember, they're all identical. Once you tear one up, don't go tear all 200 up unless you just want to spend a day doing that. Let me show you a couple more things that we have in here. Go up this ladder. you can see I actually created the level inside of I think this is a battleship. I guess that's what you call it. It's not a carrier. It doesn't land planes or anything. But yeah, we actually designed the entire outside as a battleship here with a lot of different guns. The big old gun. Oh my goodness, that's a monster. A lot of details here. Just other than a game, I like to be creative in my design. So I thought this would be very fitting for the world here. But yeah, it's only half the ship because the other half is really the logic part, as you saw earlier. Oh, barely got over there. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. You have my permission to share this around. Any streamer wants to stream it and play with other people, go for it. That's what I want the community to have on my maps. Do not copyright anything. If you want to steal a bunch of ideas, go for it. I think you'll like playing here, and I like to see other people win too. I've stopped streaming for a while for some reasons I'm not going to get into, but I definitely enjoy watching other people's streams, and I'd love to see people play this and get some enjoyment out of it. The last thing I'll leave you with here is my little creed here. The way I enjoy this game the most is I like to learn the limitations of the game and then embrace those limitations. If I'm given the keys to the kingdom, I don't get much enjoyment out of that. I like trying to think outside the box, like trying to solve problems. This game's a lot like Minecraft without the red stuff, you know, the logic in it. I find that more entertaining if they just said, here, you want to make a car? Oh, I know a bad example because I do have cars in the game. You want to make a refrigerator? We'll give you a model of a refrigerator. No, I'd rather build the refrigerator out of the blocks you give me and do it that way. So that's kind of my motto there, and I left that for you. Everybody plays their own way, and I get that, and there's 1,000 of correct ways to play this game and hardly any incorrect ways. Unless you use trains. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let you go now, but I hope you enjoy this map, and let me know in the comments if you played it or not, and I will catch you on the next map. Bye-bye.